What is up, my hometown hippie lovelies? What is up? It is Tammy coming to you live today from my office, looking like a whole hot mess. But that's okay because it is Sunday and that's the day I give my hair a rest. And I had to work yesterday for a hot minute. I got lots of things to talk about today, so I'm going to do a few things here. I'm going to ask you to say hello, tell me where you're watching from, and to drop us a grateful fan in the comments. I did message the brand ambassadors to let them know. I'm also going to go, there we go. So you can see my head. Not that you want to see my head, but Facebook is hiding my stuff way down deep, low in the low, very low in the feed. So those things that you're doing below there, the saying hello. Thank you for YouTube. Saying hello, tell me where you're watching from, and dropping the Grateful Fed comments into the comments here is going to help the algorithm start boosting the live up in the feed. So if y'all could drop some thumbs up, some hearts, tag some folks. If you're watching it on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell button. That is going to give you the opportunity to see when we're live. It'll notify you all of those good things. So be like Heather this morning. Tell me good morning and watching from Toledo, Ohio. And then you just drop in a Grateful Fed behind that. And then Miss Melanie Lewis came on. Good morning, Melanie Lewis from Cartersville. See, be like Melanie and Heather today. Heather is celebrating her birthday weekend. We're very excited. Heather is a big part of our community, and we wanted to make sure she had a great day. I'm hoping everybody blew her up on her birthday. I have lots of big things happening to tell you about today. I went last night and told my brand ambassadors, which are Heather and Melanie, who are here. Both of them are brand ambassadors for the Hometown Hippie and the Grateful Fed family. So a couple of things that are going on. Number one, I'm going to ask her to do me a favor, tag a friend in the comments. That's what I wanted to see. Hang on. I did turn this all the way down. Just looking for something here. This morning, and even until last night, I was, like I said, it's been a big week of big things, like a big week of big emotions, of big decisions, big conversations, of big moves. It was a really okay, okay, let's do this. And I've had this, good morning, Elizabeth Clark. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning. Thank y'all so much for being here today. I'm glad y'all are here. This has been a very big week of big things, like I said. And I've had a lot of big emotions. I've had a lot of epiphanies. I've had a lot of, I felt like, I know there's a big message, right? I'm getting them ready. I know that there's a big message because my eyes are leaking. And when I start crying, and I'm uncontrollably crying for an entire week over everything, right? Anybody ever had a week? And give me a yes or no, because I need comments today. Because Facebook is hiding, and all of the social media algorithms kind of, good morning, Sheila, start hiding my stuff. I need y'all to comment today, okay? I need y'all to be with me today, right? I need y'all to yes, no me. I need you on the keyboard today. Can I get some thumbs up, some hearts, some, if you're cool with that, could y'all do that for me today? Or comment, yes, I can do that for you today. Yes, ma'am. Love it. Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay, so number one, have you ever had a week where everything was just like you cried because it was so happy. You cried because it was too sad. You cried because it was just right. Like, I feel like, okay, y'all saw that? I thought it was like, oh, look, an angel flew by, and it was a fucking fly. Like, everything has made my heart big. Does that make sense? Like, everything has been just overflowing. out of my chest, I felt like. And at the same time, I have been, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be very accountable for this, and I want y'all to hear my words because today is a little bit of a, I kind of got my ass handed to me in a couple of things, and the reasons why things kind of went the way that they went, it was not because of woe is me that I didn't like somebody took advantage at all. It was very much the last couple of weeks, and I had not had words for this yet. And I guess today's the day I have words. That's why I got my tissues out. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. So emotional all over the place. Okay. Perfect. I needed that. Yes. Have had those weeks. Okay. Perfect. So y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Have been having very emotional days, right? So things where I'm going to give you an example. And I'm going to come back because this was a big deal to me. And it was a bigger deal to me than I even realized until right now. It was Friday. Okay. Last Wednesday night. Last Wednesday I got a call from the town of Farmville asking me about some things. And I was like, I got all the things, the food truck, I'm getting all the permitting things, all that's happening. I went down there and filled out all the paperwork I need to fill out for them, some pieces and parts I was just missing. And then Friday, it was Friday. So Friday? It was Friday. Friday afternoon, we're all finishing up for the day. And I walk out, I'm like, look out in the parking lot, and a town of Farmville truck with two, like, the town workers, like the blue collar workers with the uniform and stuff on, was sitting in the parking lot, like facing the food truck. And I'm like, I am not open yet, y'all. I promise you, sending people up here just to see if I'm open because I have not gotten my permitting. I'm not open yet. The truck is plugged in. We're working on the truck, but we have not put anything out the window of that truck. The truck, the fryer it's still got all the plastic on it. Like, we have not, the refrigerator is still got plastic on it. We just installed the freezer. It's just a lot of stuff, right? I was in my brain. It was like, really? Like, they're just going to send somebody up here to look at my truck. I'm like, I'm not going to open it without y'all's permission. Like, I will not do that. Like, come on now. So I walk out and I'm like, what? They send you up here to spy on me? I'm not open like that. And the guy's like, no. He was like, I heard there was one parked up here. And he said, that is my dream. That is my dream. And this gentleman was probably, I don't know, maybe 5 years older than me. And he's like, you got one of them faces. I'm like, so do you. And we couldn't put it together. And his name was James. I didn't catch his last name. And he had his friend who never got out of the truck, was on his phone. Like, we on the clock, like, I ain't messing with you. And he said, I said, would you like to look inside of it? I said, I figured the town sent you to make sure I won't sell hamburgers out of it without their permission. And he was like, no. He's like, I just saw it up here. And he said, I did hear a rumor, though, that you had some plates that were the best on Wednesday nights. And I was like, thank you. And he said, what'd you have last week? And I told him and all these other things. But he said this. He said, man, he says, this is what I want right here. He said, I love to cook. And this was my dream right here. And I told him our story about, COVID and how I knew that the most precious commodity that we had, that was kind of my awakening, was like that whole thing. After my mom, y'all know the story. You've been here, right? I'm not going to repeat it for everybody here. But and I said, speak what you seek till you see what you said. I was like, if you want this, you will have this. I promise you on that. I was like, just don't ever give up on your dream. But I said, now I'm all stressed. I was like, a town, let me open it up. I was like, because I've got it here. And now it's like just a hurdle after a hurdle. And I got real emotional. And he's like, ma'am, he's at Tammy. He said, ma'am, is what he said, because we know each other like that yet. And he said, you're going to be blessed by God. And he said, I'm anointing this. And he prayed over my business. And my heart grew real big, right? My heart grew real big. The universe, I have been out of flow. I have been, because of all the leaps and bounds, and because when I say if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. And then I told you also that if we're maybe you are trying to change it, but sometimes to be able to make the decision to change it, you have to take accountability for your role in your suffering, right? Because a lot of times we are suffering because we didn't change it quick enough. We chose it and we lived in it, and now we have to understand that our consequences are consequences of our action, right? Consequences of our action. Consequences of a lot of me going, I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission. And now I got to ask for permission because here I am, right? I know that. Like, I am accountable for that. A big week of big things. How many of you understand what I'm saying? Can I get a hallelujah, amen? It's like, what's up from the Big Easy? Happy anniversary to the Didions. Happy anniversary to them down in New Orleans. But honestly, right, I had to look at that. Every little hiccup that I have had along this path with this truck has been no fault of anyone else. It has been my inability to cross T's and dot I's. Sometimes I get ADHD. I got 1,000 things going on. Then I have to like run in a circle again. It has been me that's not reading the small print, leaping before I look sometimes. And so I struggle with allowing myself any grace because I felt like I put myself right there in that place. I'm like, it's my own damn fault. How can I even like get upset about it? How can I have an emotion about it? How can I be like, how do I like, I'm very upset about it, but I'm like, I don't get to be because this is my fault. And I can't, I'm gonna be mad at me. I was like, I'm gonna be mad at Tammy. Um, okay, Heather, come on to the group, baby girl. Um, Heather says that here's what Heather says so y'all can see it. I'm going to your page so I can see and communicate with the group. She loves y'all. She has to see what's going on. She can't. She's like, there's all kinds of stuff happening, and I can't see it on YouTube. So, thank you, Heather, for going over there and checking us out on the page. There, she's back, and Elizabeth Clark did the same. That's where I've been. That is where, yeah, it's live and learn, right? But I put this unnecessary, and I don't know if it's unnecessary. I put this pressure on myself, right? Because I get frustrated when I'm like, I get frustrated with myself. We all do it, right? We all do it. This is a learning experience. And I've been in this cycle, I've been vibrating, right? I have been vibrating at a frequency of what the fuck this week, a little bit, right? And when I have had, so I asked the universe, I stopped every night this week and I have done like a nighttime meditation. Even if I couldn't get one in the morning, which I try to do my gratitudes in the morning, and I've been listening to podcasts on the way to work and trying to change my morning routine. It's those micro moves. We talk about the million micro moves when you feel like this. And that's what today is about. It is accountability day, right? It's a very much an accountability Sunday sermon. And those are usually the best ones. And that's where I have been out of flow lately. I have been so like mad at myself that I was still in my mess and I did not have my message. That's why my lives have been out of flow. They have not been succinct. I feel like I've just been all over the place. I've not even wanted to come live. I have been like in this like bubble, in this cycle, and in this place of lower vibrating emotions. I have been in a thing of shame, of guilt, of fear, of anxiety, of anger. I have been vibrating here. Now, we talk about this all the time about all you can do is like set boundaries. You can't, do all these things. So the way that I choose, right, the things that I do choose to do is number one, I do not when I am like this, and when I'm at one of those places, and a lot of you understand this, I know a lot of y'all do this too, because you fall off, right? You fall off. I don't see you for a while, because you can't stand yourself, let alone be around other people, and that's why I don't stress over that. I know that sometimes if you're gone for it, I will send a message. I will just send that little like, hey, how are you? You okay? You need us? Like, if you need us, I'm throwing the life rope out. If you need the life rope, you can grab it. If you're okay and you need to struggle, right? You need to just keep swimming for a little while, then keep swimming for a little while. In the last couple of weeks, I just had to go through my just keep swimming, right? I have um, been frustrated, and it was not fair. It was not, it's my responsibility is I can have those emotions, right? I can have all of this nonsense going on, but what is unfair, right? What is unfair is to project that onto anybody around me, to yell at my staff, to yell at my family, to be rude to people in the world, to come live and like, fuck the government. No, they have rules and regulations. It is my responsibility. I believe give unto Caesar, right? Give unto Caesar. I live within their society. I will operate within their society to the point if I want to operate in their society. If I want to have a business in their society, then I have to do the things that are required for me to have a business. Now, how I live my personal life, I can make those decisions differently. And when I tell you, it's been a big freaking week of like the universe saying, we got you, right? This week has been one of those weeks. This week has been one of those weeks where it's the meme of the person on the cliff, right? There's like a cliff here that's like, and you can see that this massive like hole in the ground, and there's a person standing on the cliff, and God is plucking them with a giant thing, just plucking them, and you see them flying off the cliff. Like God has severely just plucked them off and kicked them in the ass with a giant boot. Like God has, like the universe, right? The big pluck, giving me a karmic lesson. But the other part of the meme is the giant hand underneath it that says also the universe, right? Catching you right where you are. Good morning, Selena. Good morning, my love. Selena had Friday off for her daughter's camp day, and so she missed some of this stuff. I made myself interact this week. I'm not choosing negativity any longer. I was living in it and had to move on. Not the same situation, but the outcomes are the same. That's awesome. So I have been doing nighttime meditations through all of that, like trying to get my routine right. I've also been doing my gratitudes in the morning, which have probably have kept me from jumping off the deep end, because I have been very, 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 very at a place where I'm like, I did all of this, for this. Like, this is what's gonna be. And the imposter syndrome got real. And I realized, and I did my Reiki session, and I realized that it's fear. Like, where does that come from? Where is all this coming from? And it's coming from fear. And I said, what if it's not? This is me. This is Tammy being Tammy, right? And here's where I went with it. This is why I stayed in my mess a little bit longer. Okay. This is why I stayed in my mess a little bit longer. So many people assume that all of this hustle is for dollar bills. And don't get me wrong, they think that I'm ambitious. They think that I'm ambitious, right? Oh, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, for money. Now, I do not believe that poverty is the reward or the penance for hard work. I do not believe that. I don't believe that it is fair to ask someone, if you're doing good work, that you should still be broke, and that the way the universe rewards good deeds is by struggle. I don't believe that, okay? In fact, in trying to align my my need to help others And Selena, are you still on here? Yes or no? Can you tell me yes or no if you're still on here? Give me a second. Oh, my. And the need to align when things started taking off last year. I started bringing people in. Yes, Selena's here. I want to ask you, how many times y'all tell me that I need to stop giving shit away? That it's okay for me to like make $1 because I don't like to, I want to like ask Selena because she'll tell you the truth about it. I mean, it's like I tell you, if I tell you that the chocolate chip cookies are good, I own the business. You kind of expect me not to say, don't order those because they're delicious, but they are delicious, right? Uh, so I have been struggling and up against the wall of people saying some things, and I'm trying to align the good energy work with the fact that I run a business, right? And I'm trying to put all the things into place, and there's going to be a big thing with that in a second. But my anxiety, my want to help other people, can sometimes be to the detriment of me. And in some of my gratitudes, I've been thanking the universe for the abundance of the universe. I have been telling the universe that I promise you I'm going to get better about valuing my time and all the things. Because, I run up against that with my family whenever they're like, you do for everybody else, but you will never do for yourself. You have to do for yourself. And I'm like, that's not what I'm here for. And this week, so Red and I we have 11 acres in Green Bay. I'm not in Green Bay, in Nottoway County. So earlier this week, the guy went over at the end of last week, and he said, I can start next week. It's going to cost this much money, blah, blah, blah. So Red goes, he's ready to go. I was like, babe, I'm like, where's this money coming from? Like, that's a lot of money to do that. It is a lot of money to do that. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I am like sewing things together to get this truck running. Like, I don't have, we didn't get the loan for the food truck. Every piece of every dollar of my life savings is in that truck out there. And that's why the anxiety is where it's at. And he was like, well, I'll just put him off. I was like, and it was kind of like a thing. He was like, well, I was like, I spent do this to do this, and this was my dream, and I'm sorry, I didn't know you were, it was a thing. Let's just be honest. He was like, you did this, and you could have done that, and I was like, I did this so we could do that, and it was just a whole thing. And Monday morning, the guy who is clearing our land called Red and says, hey, the equipment's on the lot. He's like, man, I messaged you. We do not have the money for a couple of months. We got to get this food truck up and running. We can't pay you for that. We don't have the money to pay you for that. And I'm not going to let you do something and I owe you money. And the guy says, it's fine. I have time and I know you're good for it. And it's okay. And I'm doing it. And I'm doing it. I hear what you're saying, but I trust you. And the cost of the, Red's thinking it's going to be, upwards of $10,000+. We have some acres, not clearing it all, but we got to cut a driveway in. We got to do all the stump work. It's a lot of things over there. And he got it done for, right now we're got about $2,000 into it. He said the trees came out with like ease. He said he was doing it because he knew we were good people and that we deserved to win. And he was going to take care of it anyhow. And yesterday morning, I went over to our property in Nottoway, and I could drive my truck right in there, my Volvo. And I want to post a video later. It is gorgeous, y'all. I mean, it is like the land is the most beautiful. I put my feet into that dirt yesterday, and it is amazing. And it looks like a park. I mean, it's like it always like supposed to have been that flat. Um, blessings, receive them with grace. Much love to you. But I was like, I don't know how to accept this kind of thing. And Red's like, no. He's like, we thought it was it's a minimum of 4,000. It was a minimum of $4,000. If we stopped right now, there was no minimum. We would be able to pay for it tomorrow because it's only like $2,000. And Red already paid him $1,000 some dollars. He's like, I'm gonna at least I have to give him some money. I was like, it's fine. Just it might put us a little tight. I was like, but pay him. That covers all his like fuel because I don't want him to have any kind of out of pocket. Like his labor, he decided to do, but like you have to go buy fuel for that equipment. And I'm like, I just can't ask somebody. Like I know we didn't ask him. I was like, that's what we feel comfortable at least giving him that. We did not. I don't. It's hard to do that. But it's like we have to find some more things to do to even get to the $4,000 minimum because if he was done right now, he's got about 10 hours into it, and it's $200 an hour, that kind of thing. So it like works at a $4,000 minimum. Oh, thank you, Selena. She's very, very sweet to me. And I do have some kids. Selena's one of my babies, and everybody that works here is kind of, I've taken it under my wing as one of my kids. They're grown, but I'm more grown I'm more old than they are, right? She says, you don't do for yourself. It's crazy. People don't always see that side. They don't see the breakdowns of spreading yourself thin. They don't see this every day. When I've been here going, I need a minute, y'all. Because you want to make sure that everyone gets a meal that needs it. Positive energy you put into those dreams that are becoming reality is beyond amazing. I have been trying to take a little bit of time for myself a little bit on weekends and stuff like that. But the universe sent this, and his name's Robbie Patterson. And if you are in this area and you don't use him to clean your land, you're crazy. He does everything, and it's a beautiful work, and he's done just beautiful thing. Selena England is just such a sweetheart. She really, 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 really is. All of y'all mean so very much to my heart. You have no idea. So a couple of things. So the thing that we've been doing with all of our charitable works and all of that stuff, right? Having to answer for all of the donations and all of the things, because that's what the town was messaging me about, wanting their piece of the pie. And so that's the other big announcement that I want to share with y'all. My brand ambassadors know, but one of the things, Selena, you don't know this yet because you were off on Friday. So Selena does not even know about this yet. So when I tell you it's not about the money, and to verify that, and so as of Friday, so we're officially official for all of the things. So all of you who have helped with Peace, Love, and Feast Fest and bought things and donated and all of that, and all the monies we donate to the Munchie of the Month boxes and all the raffles and all of the things that we do for the community. So the Grateful Fed family, you can look it up on the internet now, but the Grateful Fed family is now officially a nonprofit. We are now officially a 501(c) organization. We are officially official with the state of Virginia as a registered nonprofit or non-stock corporation. We filed articles of incorporation. We just did the generic basic ones that we have to file to get on here. And then we're going to have opportunities to get together to really write up some articles of incorporation, what our goal is, and really try to make a difference in the community and in the world, and being able to have chapters in different places that are 501(c)s that are protected and all of the things. So if you're interested in starting like a Grateful Fed family, Zephyr, I call it Zephyrillis. I don't know why. Whatever, down there in Florida or in Toledo or in Duck Puddle or Puddle Duck or whatever y'all call it in Drake's Branch or whatever. I would love, 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 love for you to do that. As we're going to wait a minute. We're going to get through this year before we start opening up chapters everywhere. But we are 100% legal to this. We give unto Caesar's what is Caesar's. I didn't know that we had to do this for us just to do the things we do. Like, I'll just do it. But for the tax protections and for the legalities of some things, you have to have the paperwork. They want my paperwork. I'm like, okay, here's my paperwork. That's the stuff that gets me in my feelings, because that's the stuff that seems like it's a lot of extra money and a lot of extra things, because I have to pay to file that. My attorney wanted money to file the articles of incorporation. I have to pay him to draft all that up. So I did it the way that I could do it without having to spend a ton of money, but I still had to spend some money to do it just to say, okay, now I'm allowed to be nice, like legally. And that's the part that really bugs me, right? That's the part that gets me in my real feelings. So the other thing that we have done to make it a little easier, I guess y'all saw it. It was just being funny, is that I had to name my YouTube channel. So that got done. So my YouTube channel is now called the Timunity. And that's what it's all the stuff for the Timunity over there. Everybody wants money for anything and everything these days. And that's why I get in my feelings about having to charge for my product. But I'm like, I have a product that costs money. And let me do that, right? But the people who have been brought into the world, into my atmosphere, really and truly let me know the universe has sent people out there on my path to say, Tammy, like I said, I've been doing my morning gratitudes and my evening meditations, and I have been asking for signs that I'm on the right path, and that let me know if I'm okay with changing. Like, the universe has been doing that to me for quite a while, right? The universe has been flipping me upside down, crooked and sideways, and I'm trying to figure out if the universe is doing that because that was the plan all along, right? Or if I am trying to argue and the universe has got to flip me upside down to get me on the right track, because I don't know if I should, I don't trust my intuition. Like, at this point, I'm like, what do I do? Like, how I'm not trusting myself, because I've been flipped upside down, backwards, and sideways, and I have made some bad decisions lately. Oh, Heather, you're so sweet. I love you so much. We met by chance. So many things had to align to make it happen, and you are in my gratitude statements daily. And y'all, every one of you, and Heather specifically, y'all are all in my gratitudes daily as well. And I'm going to tell you the easiest gratitude and the easiest prayer. Can I have a hell yes, yes, if y'all want to hear the perfect, I'm going to give you the perfect words to cover I'm going to give you everything you need to say a beautiful gratitude. It's going to rock your world. Do you want to know the exact phrase that every one of us should be using for our gratitudes? It is exactly what every single person needs. It is a complete prayer. It is a complete meditation. It is a complete gratitude. Hell yes. Okay, you ready? Deep breath in through your nose. Thank you. That is a complete prayer. That is thank you to the universe. Just thank you. Thank you for everything that has been. Thank you for everything that is. Thank you for everything that was. Just the words thank you cover it all. The universe, God, whatever you want to say, knows the rest. That is my absolute, complete prayer. In my heart, just imagine that I focus all of my chi energy into my heart, and I put it all right there, and I kind of like ball it up, right? You ball it up, and then you just say, thank you. And the universe knows you are thanking them for everything that is, everything that will be, everything that was, and even all of those amazing blessings that are coming to you that you can't even imagine. So when you limit your prayer by saying thank you for this and thank you for that and thank you for this and thank you for that, you are limiting source. You are limiting God's potential. When you use the words thank you, you're leaving it all up to the universe, to God, to source, to creator, whatever the thing is, to give you the unlimited amount of abundance because you are thanking them for it all. And that is what I am living in, is the thank you bubble right now. The thank you, thank you, thank you bubble. Thank you. And I reframed all of the things that happened this week, right? I reframed all of the things that were happening this week. How lucky am I to live in a place where my town is expecting there to be so many food trucks that we're going to just take over the town and have to have like specific regulations. Like they know that we're going to be like, they're just protecting us so that other people don't come in and not do the right thing. Because here's the thing. I was so sick this morning. My fault. Ate bad ice put in the cooler. Just being here with all of you this morning has made me feel so much better. The power we all hold inside of us is limitless. It is phenomenally limitless. I'm going to ask for a couple of things today, and I say I don't like to ask, but we are a family, and I haven't asked today. So number one, I am really, really, really trying to get the subscribers on the YouTube channel up to what we have here on Facebook. I'm trying to get everybody over to YouTube to find us, to be able to like it, subscribe there, because if Facebook closes us down, our community is too important to just disappear and lose all the people, right? So if someone can go share into the group, the YouTube channel, I am going to do this. I'm going to do something amazing. So we are at 46 subscribers right now. So for every 100 we get, so I need to go to 146 subscribers. So for every 100 we give, I'm going to give away a $100 gift certificate. So we get to 146 subscribers. The first 146 are going to go into a pool. I'm going to give away a $100 gift certificate. Then we get to 200. I'm going to do another $100 gift certificates, all the things. Thank you, Kalima. I love her so much too. Patricia is local here to Farmville. Some of you got to meet them during Peace, Love, and Feast Fest, but also About Town, a lady about town. She has a lot going on. So she's not always here for things. But hopefully coming in the near future with more of the Grateful Fed Sugar Magnolia, you'll be able to see Kalima, Patricia a little bit more often. I want to tell y'all, this morning when I came in here, like I said, I was like struggling, like, what is the message? I know I have a message. I know it's heavy. I know it's big. I don't have the words, and God, source, universe, whatever, just says, be quiet. Like, shut up, and it'll all come out. And then I was sitting here, and I was getting everything up and ready, and I decided to pull. We haven't pulled from. So I didn't see my Avalon cards or my book bag because I'm going to do myself a reading tonight. I want to take those home, and I have in my bag from yesterday. And I pulled out my daily affirmation cards. I just opened it up, and I pulled from the middle. It's always the right time to start. And so when I pulled that card, the universe was saying to me, it's always the right time to start. And for me, that meant start, right? It was starting alive. It was just, I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to do. And I was like, what I kept hearing was, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And I got that. It's always the right time to start. Just start talking. But I also know that is somebody out there. That is James, who stopped here with the town of Farmville. That is somebody watching out there today. And I know that in my heart. And we're going to pull our crystal cards here in just a second. But it's always the right time to start. And I know a lot of y'all give me a lot of I've watched you. I've seen you do this. I'm so excited to watch you live your dreams. But here's the thing. I am just as excited to watch you live yours. I want to be your cheerleader just like you have been mine. You were being selfish by not allowing me to cheer you on like you cheer me on. So whatever that dream that you have in your pocket today, and somebody out there knows who I'm talking to. I might be talking to several of you. It might just be one, because the power of one. Some days it's that one person that needs to hear this message. But somebody out there has a big dream, and they're telling themselves the victim story of how they're too old, or they don't have enough money, or they don't know where to start, or they don't deserve it, or now's not the right time, or it'll never happen, or there's too many people doing the same thing that I want to do. Somebody out there is sitting on their dream, and that dream needs to be brought into the sunshine. That dream needs to be brought to fruition. Speak what you seek till you see what you said. And that card right there says, um, it's always the right time to start. It's always the right time to start. When I had this dream of mine, it happened when I came back here. My goal was I started looking at food trucks back in 2019 before the pandemic. During the pandemic, I was like, there's going to be a ton of them out there, and people will be selling stuff left and right. Restaurants are closing, there'll be lots of equipment. They were. I didn't have a dime to, I didn't have, what did my mom would say? I didn't have a 2 nickels to rub, a pot to piss in and one to throw it out the window, is what she used to say. I don't have the pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And so I didn't have the money to do it. I was in a place where I just didn't have the fundage to be able to do anything. It was all beautiful. And then I was trying to grip on to things that were not mine, that were not meant for me, that I was going to be out of alignment for, to be able to get, that's why I don't have an investor. The universe is like, nope, not today, not today. But I started doing recipes. I started talking about it. I started, making caramels. I started giving them to people for $1 a piece. I started. So if you're out there in this universe today and you're hearing my voice, or you're watching this at a later time, maybe on a Monday night or a Tuesday afternoon or a Wednesday at 2 a.m. or whatever the case may be, whatever you're doing out there, either today live on Sunday, June the 11th, which is my nanny's birthday, and I'm going to cry over that because I miss my nanny. June 8th was my mama's birthday, and I felt like an asshole because I didn't even acknowledge it. And I rode by the cemetery yesterday, and in my brain I was like, sorry, Mom, I'm sorry. I made you find your flowers. I'm so sorry. Whatever it is, whatever the thing that you're sitting on, the egg that you're hatching, the hibernation, the gestation, the germinate, whatever it is, whatever word you want to use for it. Good morning, Amanda. I want you to know it's always a good time to start. I'm not saying sell everything you have and try to throw it into something. I'm saying make a move forward. Like that story I tell you all the time, the little book about the horse, the monkey's riding, the fox is riding the horse or whatever. And I love that Norma Jean from Abilene. Dear universe, today I start anew. Watch out, world. Here I come. I love that. Can I get a hallelujah, amen for Miss Norma Jean on that? Y'all, can we get some hearts, some thumbs up, some hell yes? I want you all to know that you can do it, right? You don't have to know the way through. You just have to know the next positive steps. That's how I got through this week. Amen, amen. They're holding space for you, baby girl, Norma Jean. They got you. That's how I got through this week. I was like, I don't see the way through this. It's a lot. It's daunting, the amount of things I have to checklist and cross-check and all the things. It seems like an impossible task. It seems like I went forward 12 steps and the universe put up a 15-foot brick wall in between me and my dream. And that's how it felt. And it really wasn't. It just seemed that big because I was I had taken the exit off of positivity pathway. And I was on fuck this freeway, everything. But I don't have to know the way through, all the way through. I just have to be able to take the next positive, safe step. And that's what we're doing. We're taking this one step, one day, one thing at a time. Yes, so it's the blessings, your blocks are your blessings, right? I never let a stumble in the road be the end of your journey. And that's where I was this week. I'm like, okay, right? I was like, there's no way. And I've said this before, right? Every other shitty day that was meant to take you off of this planet, right? You're still standing here. And I said last week when I'm like, are you kidding me? All of this, I'm never what the hell? I said, God did not bring me this far to only bring me this far. He did not, they did not, she did not, whatever the case may be. The universe did not bring me this far to only bring me this far. I will not claim that energy. I will not claim that energy. So that being said, we are going to be diligently working this week to get all of the T's crossed, the I's dotted. We're taking it one positive step at a time. Melanie Lewis, I have to read it up here because my eyes are not big enough to put it down here. Melanie Lewis says, you told me about your food truck dreams many years ago, and you were so excited and lit up with such passion telling me your dreams. I am so happy and proud of you. I am blessed to have been able to hear it and see it all. You've been a warrior. You fought the fight, and you're still standing, walking forward. You give me and so many other people such inspiration and make me feel like anything is possible. Everything is possible, Melanie. Anything is possible. You can do it. I'm telling you. I thank you. And I want to say this. Sorry. Flies. It's interesting that you say that because I'm going to tell you this. Back in 2019, back when I was moving home, I had gone for I had been working at a company as a Medicaid, working with Virginia Premier through Centera when they got bought out through Centera and all of that. I was working as, they call it a SME, which is a subject matter expert and provider services with Medicaid insurance claims. And I was like, I cannot continue to do this for like really low money. Like I made, like in my property and casualty, like my traveler's days, I made a lot more money than I was making for Medicaid. And the money that I needed to be able to live the life I was living in Richmond was very much that big girl money. Not that little girl money, but that big girl money. And, you know, for a 2,000 square foot house in the suburbs, brand new, all the things, you got to make some big money to afford that if you're going to live there. I can't even imagine what it would be costing now with the price of groceries and everything else. So anyway, I went to this job interview and it was like 10 interviews to get the job. Like they took hiring very seriously. This job started at low six figures, right? Low six figures. I went through the process, all 10 interviews. When I got to the 10th interview, it was a lady who actually they flew this person in from upstate New York down to Richmond for the day, and I was the only interview. Like it was for me. So I mean, I was like, they wouldn't do this if I wasn't a candidate. She was amazing. We instantly clicked. I walked out of there and I knew I had the job. Like I was like, I have got this job. All of my money worries are gone. This is great. It's a virtual job. I got to come up like once a week. This is going to be amazing. Finally, I'm out of this, like whatever. And that night, I got a phone call from the lady who interviewed me. And she said to me, she says, hey, this is so-and-so. Because I sent an email with all my information and thanking her because you know how you do the right thing. I got out of the car. I sent an email. I was like, it was such a pleasure to talk with you. I enjoyed you very much. You didn't make it like an interview at all. It's like a conversation. I never had anybody ask me for my story before. Appreciate you for you made me so comfortable. I told it succinctly. Normally I'm a wordy person, blah, blah, blah. So the next morning, she gives me a call. And I get a call. I'm like, ooh, I already got the job. Look at me. Ha ha. And I answer the phone. And she was like, hello, is this Tammy? I was like, hello, is this Tammy? May I help you? She's like, hey, Tammy, blah, blah, blah. She's like, hey. She says, I wanted to call and tell you personally. And I was like, oh, so excited. What? She's like, you are not the person for this job. And I mean, instantly, y'all, I felt like the air got sucked out of the room. I was like so sure I needed this money. I needed that job like you don't know. Like I never let them know, but I needed that money so bad. Like when she said you did not get the job, I said with an upbeat voice. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The universe, when it plucks you, it plucks you. When it plucked me, when I tell you it caught me, I'm gonna tell you the words she said. She says, I didn't hire you because this is not what you are supposed to be doing. And I'm doing this for you, not for us. You would be an amazing employee for us. She says, but I have never, that's what she said to me. I need to find that email and I need to like message her and be like, you're right. She said, I have spent my entire life in corporate America doing what I had to do to support my family. I missed baseball games. I missed things because I was corporate America. My family depended on that money and that insurance and all the things. And she says, and I feel like you and I are very similar. She says, but when you told the story, your life story about how you got to insurance, how I make people tell that story for a reason. She says, I have never in my life known anything to be more true than you had no business being in a corporate America, answering to anybody because you'd work for anybody. She said, I can tell that. You are, everybody we talk to says you can't find somebody that does it better and goes above and beyond. She says, but you need to be back in the restaurant world because that is where your true soul's purpose lies. I've never seen anybody light up more in my life talking about feeding people than you and how you use that analogy to bring it into work. She says, I get that. She says, but you need to physically feed people. That is what's going to keep you on this planet. And I need you on this planet because you're a bright, shining star. And I was like, what? Like, I've never had anybody tell me those things before. And as much as the air got drawn out of me, and I'm going to tell y'all, we didn't get that job. That is what sent me to, that's what we had. I couldn't keep my house. I'm like, I can't afford to live here. Like, we can't afford to do both. We cannot afford to like not have this job and me live here. I can't afford this house on this money. And this was my last, it's like, you're my last hope, Obi-Wan. Like, y'all are my last hope. And I was like, I hear you, but can I do this until I can do that? And she's like, I'm not, you're not going to, I don't want to keep hiring for this position. And I want you to go out. And if I give you this job, you will stay here till retirement because we're that good to work for. And I believed it in that moment because she wouldn't hire. They went through that. And I was like, that, if I ever own a business, that's my company culture. And you can ask the girls that work for me, like, what do you want to do? What is your soul's purpose and how does that fit in our plan? And if it doesn't, how do I make sure that you get what you want? And that's what I ask all of them. Every single one of them, every person, even Sheila will tell you that. She does not work here anymore. And it was crazy when it left, but you talk to Sheila, she'll even tell you that. Yeah. And so when Melanie said that, that is so interesting because Melanie, that was right after all of that happened. And that's what kind of set me on my path was when she told me that I've never seen anybody light up like you light up when you talk about doing that. And she's like, I was like, she's like, I want to come eat at your restaurant. I don't want to sit at your desk and look at these insurance claims, but I definitely want to come eat something you cook because I know it's going to be delightful. And so I would love to find her and I'm going to send her a package because it's interesting how the universe brings these things back to us. But anyway, another big emotional day. So the Grateful Fed family is an official 501c nonprofit organization. We are now full as charity. We have our community channel up, and then we are going to get this food truck open come hell or high water. Come hell or high water, we're getting this thing open because I need to get this thing open to pay all the people to pay to do all the things. So while I'm doing the cards, we are going to pull our crystal affirmation card for the week. We have a couple of fun things going on this week, so let's talk about it. Number one, if you are local and you have next Saturday free, I would love to sell out this Let Them Eat Cake cake decorating class at the Red Door 104. We're going to be bringing some snack lunches in. Selena and I will be there on Saturday teaching you how to decorate a birthday cake. You're going to take home a cake and some free tips and some bags to actually try for yourself. We are going to do some layer cakes. You're going to be able to take those home. We're going to make little 6-inch cakes, little 2 layers. With the center, you're going to have either blueberry, strawberry, or maybe just a diplomat cream. I can't decide. I'm not sure yet what we're doing exactly. We're going to figure that out this week, Selena and I. We're going to go down and teach that while Grace is taking the other members of the team out to Sandy River to do a beautiful wedding at 11 a.m. in the morning. It's going to be a beautiful wedding that she's out there catering on Saturday. We have those 2 things. We're trying to get the truck open. I have a couple of things going on this week. Then we also have Father's Day on Sunday. So Father's Day on Sunday. Sorry, y'all. My nose is itching. I need to say, my nose itching. Somebody's come with the hole. Oh, she said something about it was a little rhyme about somebody's come with the hole in the britches when your nose was itching. I don't know. It didn't really rhyme unless you were Southern like we are, and you can draw anything out to make it rhyme. So we did that. My nanny was Appalachia. She just did it all. So we're gonna do a little you know what? Looking for that. We're gonna do a little Father's Day fun like we did for Mother's Day. So we are gonna do a Father's Day fun stuffed cookie as well. So the not the Fruity Pebble, the cereal crunch, the cinnamon toast crunch stuffed cookie will be back for Father's Day this week. That is going to be back in the lineup, and it's going to be on the menu for a little while. So go ahead and grab your stuffed cookie, and we're going to actually bring back one more fun stuffed cookie because I feel like Father's Day we start getting into that American is apple pie. So we are bringing back the apple pie stuffed cookie, and we're going to do a stuffed cookie duo for Dad's Days. So we're going to do the Cinnamon Toast Crunch stuffed cookie as well as the apple pie stuffed cookie. And you know what? Let's go ahead and make it a trio. We'll do the peanut butter stuffed cookie as well. So we're going to do the stuffed cookie trios for Father's Days, for Father's Day. And you're going to get the apple pie, the peanut butter, because the whoopie pies are gone, stuffed, and the cinnamon toast crunch. I can't spell cinnamon apparently. Cinnamon. Y'all, that did not come out right. It said cinnamon. Cinnamon. Y'all. Here we go. I can do it now. Apple pie. I know that you love that one, Amanda. Cinnamon toast crunch stuffed cookies. And they'll each be individuals as well. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put that up so y'all can see it. So the stuffed trios for Father's Day, and apple pie, which I didn't spell that right either, apple pie, the peanut butter stuffed, and the cinnamon toast crunch stuffed cookies will be back in play this week. They will be while supplies last for Father's Day, and you'll be able to buy those individuals as well. And I will need to figure out the cost on those once we get into the office on Monday. Thank you. Those are going to drop now. I'm going to probably put those on the menu before I leave today because I want to get them up before midnight because don't forget, we're also in a bonus buy weekend. So if you spend $50, you get a free caramel this weekend. If you spend $100, you get a free 420 cookie through midnight tonight. So get that in, and then we're going to kick off. Actually, they're going to have to kick off tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and kick those off in the morning, and we're going to go ahead and get those on the menu this afternoon and keep it rocking and rolling. They won't go out until tomorrow. So we got to cook them. So we got to do stuffed cookies this week. We have the weddings, the cake, And then we're trying to get the food truck open, y'all. That's what we're doing. I have not made a decision on Wednesday night dinners yet. It'll be posted later today. I'm going to the kitchen because I'm not getting a truck to the end of the week. I'm going to see what I'm trying to clean out the kitchen. We got a lot of moving around to do. We got some big changes coming up that I'm not telling you about till you see it when you come in. But we are flipping it, changing it, rearranging it again because we have to make some different arrangements to make things work. Yes, you're very welcome, Heather. We're so glad that you got your birthday love. Now let's go ahead and pull our card. We're going to be a little bit over. I was trying not to be, but you know how I do. Sometimes I run my mouth too much. So we're going to take some deep breaths in. And that's funny. That's the card from last week. We are going to do our crystal affirmation card. So every week we do a crystal card pull for the collective. The way that works, sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. Depends on what this card deck does for us. And then Heather will post those in the group this week or today or whenever. And these are great journal prompts and things to think about for affirmations for the week. If you are struggling with journaling, if you are struggling with affirmations, these give you a place to kind of start and to use for the week. And they are for the collective. And my nose is literally like, everything on this side feels numb. And it's like I got a little drooly stuff happening. A little snot running lately. I don't know. I have to go to the doctor, I guess. I figured it was my thyroid nodule, like getting bigger. And sometimes it hits like a nerve and it gets me numb through my mouth a little bit. But it's been really weird the last couple of days. It's like my lip and my nose now. So I don't know. All right. So speaking of noses and lips and all the things, we're going to stop for a second. And one of the things that we did in the past, and I'm going to do this today, is number 1, I'm going to smudge before I do this, which is our Palo Santo smudge. I also have some liquid smudge, which if I can't get this to light, I will want. That smells good though. I need a feather. I need a nice feather. Anybody have a nice extra like ceremonial kind of feather that we can like fan the smoke? Because we're really going to start getting into a lot more of that. There we go. So we're going to smudge our space. We're going to clear the energy. We're going to take some deep breaths in, cleansing breaths, in through our noses. I'm calling in my angels, guides, and helpers. All they're there to assist me. I'm calling you in to help me to be a clear, perfect channel for this message that I'm about to give. Help me pick the perfect card that's going to resonate with this group for this week. And this card jumped straight out of the deck. Y'all watched it happen. I know what it is. Oh, Adventurine. Oh, cool. Look. Adventurine. Interesting. Adventurine. Create your own luck. Create your own luck. So I just talked about this entire message today. I haven't looked at the book yet about how I gave myself a lot of hard time for creating my own misery, right? We talk about the micro moves we make to put ourselves in the situations that we're in. But just like we can manifest that, we can manifest all the heartache, we can manifest all of the bullshit. We can also create and manifest our own luck, right? And I'm anxious to see what the card says about that, because that's what I'm feeling like it's all about, right? It's all about refocusing and trying to create the things that you want to see in life. And that's creating your own luck. Let's look and see what Adventurine says here in the book. A.V. Adventurine. Adventurine. Luck starts with you. Simply by changing your energy, you have the power to shape your own fate. The first step is to align your thoughts, beliefs, and energy with what you want. Once you are fully aligned, you can attract the opportunities you desire to accomplish your goals. Like a magnet, you can set yourself up for the best possible outcome in any situation. Your luck is not a coincidence, it's your own creation. I love that. Yes, I love that. Me too, Norm Jean. Me too. Might go in my bra. Actually, it's going to go in my bra. I'm just kidding. And it's also setting aside some clear quartz and some tourmaline and some angelite, celestite. I don't perceive as you run your mouth too much. Who said I ran my mouth too much? It is 11:11. I love that. Yeah, I do run my mouth a lot. I run my mouth a lot, but it's like I talk a lot. That's what everybody calls it when you run your mouth. Like you talk a lot. Like I talk a lot. But I appreciate you. I love you so much. I love Melanie. Melanie Lewis is always like, "Girl, I got you. Like I'll pump you up. I got you." And I love that so much because I need it sometimes. Core questions. Do you believe you are lucky? What area of your life could use an infusion of luck? How can you stay open to opportunities, right? For me, do I believe I'm lucky? I do believe I'm lucky. I believe I'm blessed. And I don't believe that I'm lucky because I got lucky because the universe is like, oh, I'm going to pick her. I believe that I create my own luck. I believe that I work hard to do the right thing, to put myself in situations where good opportunities happen. Like this past week. I don't believe I'm lucky. I believe I'm blessed, right? I believe that luck and blessings are kind of the same thing. And I help create those. And I believe each and every one of you have the ability to create that kind of abundance and that kind of luck in your life. You just have to start seeing it for what it is. Start seeing the blessings. Start looking for the blessings, and you'll start seeing them everywhere. And that's how you start changing and creating your own luck. It's number one is by putting yourself in situations which you expect. Like I expect something good to happen today. Like get up in the morning, do your gratitude, say, thank you, universe. Thank you. That's a complete prayer. That's your complete gratitudes. Thank you. And I say that for 15 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. And every time something pops into my mind that I'm grateful for, I just say thank you because the universe is just hearing thank you over and over and over again. That is all the universe needs. It's like, yes, yes, you're welcome. Here's some more. Yes, you're welcome. Here's some more. Yes, you're welcome. Here's something great. Um, so, do you believe you're lucky? What area of your life could use an infusion of luck? What area of your life is not really like hitting on all cylinders right now, right? And don't say everything. What was me? There's probably one area of your life bleeding into everything else. There's a root cause of it, right? And if everything's wrong, I'm going to look at yourself because it's probably you and start reframing how you look at the world. I'm just promising you on that. Crystal action, your affirmations for this week. I am a magnet of good fortune. At the end of the day, identify one lucky thing that has happened to you. Put that in your journals. Put that in your journals. Make it. I have a gratitude journal. I'm not sure if it's in that bag or at the house. I can't remember where I put it, but there is 100% a gratitude journal. And every day I'm like, thank you for this. Thank you for that. Thank you for this lesson today. Because that's the thing that I kind of focus on is like, what was today's hardship, right? What was today's like kind of bump in the road and what did I learn from it? Because I feel like whenever you've had a bump in the road for the day, if you can reframe that into like your positive for the day, I call it rose and thorn. What was your rose of the day? What was your thorn of the day? What did you do to like be grateful for your rose? Like, and then I want you to think about that. What did you do to deserve the rose? Right? What did you do to deserve the thorn? And that is how you start with self-awareness. Because I started looking at the things like the thorns. I'm like, how did I contribute to this pluck on my finger? How did I contribute to that? And how do I not do that moving forward? That's how I started making a million micro moves. This morning was a good example, right? I have not felt when I'm out of whack, I do not take care of my physical body as far as food. When I'm out of flow, for some reason, Cheetos and cheeseburgers are the things that make me feel like it gives me a hug. It's because misery loves company, and Cheetos and cheeseburgers are company to like bad decisions and all the things, right? Yesterday I was like, I'm done with this. I got these things are done. It's time to get back on the freeway, get off the funky freeway and get back on the hallelujah highway, right? Get back on the hallelujah, I got this highway. How do I do that? I took the day yesterday. I went down in the morning with my husband and we went down to our land and we drove up there. We looked at where the house was going to be. Would y'all like to see my house plans? Would you like to see my house plans? I want to show y'all my house plans. If you'd like to see them. If you'd like to see them. If not, I understand. This is kind of what we landed on. We're really kind of confident and that this is the one that we really like. And let me do this. Apparently, I cannot search. I cannot do this on this other thing. Let me see if I can. I was doing it on my phone because the internet does not like me searching on that computer. That's what happened the other day. All right, let me find it. Give me a second. We're pretty sure this is it. Like Red and I are like probably going to go ahead and get the plans uh, because there's an opportunity for us to maybe be on this property in a year, within a year, which is our goal. And we wanted to be able to do that out of pocket. Um, our goal is to, no, it's not the one. Let me get back. Small house plans. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. This is it right here. This is it. That is it. That's the way it looks. That's the way it looks there. It is closed. Let's see here. There we go. It's got a back porch on it. Let me get the inside of it. Let me find the, it's a real open floor plan. Just real open. It's got 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. I'm trying to find the floor plan so y'all can see the floor plan. Here you go. That's it right there. Let's see if I can get so I know this is ridiculous. I should have a screen to be able to show it to you. But it's the bedrooms are over here stacked, and then it's like a real open floor plan over here. So then that's like the living room, kitchen all open to the back porch, and then the front porch, and then we go from there. It's about 1,200 square feet. It's not very big. We don't need a whole lot. It's just the 2 of us. We are going to have a pool. I'm going to have a little she shed and an outside shower. My sister's going to have a little tiny house somewhere on the property. We have some chickens, and that's what it's going to be. And so that is, it's never too late to start. We're going to try to get that done, and then we have a place for the TAM community to come meet. So, but I did, and when I got back in flow, I went out to the property. I got my feet in the dirt with Red. We looked at all the things. We kind of imagined like where the house would set. We could see how the sun goes and all of that stuff, where the garden might go, kind of looking at all of that. And I'm going to tell y'all, whenever I walked the property in Richmond, we had a 1/4 acre lot. When they turned, it was just clay and mud and red dirt. And it was like just not beautiful. Like when I walked over there, there was like in the place in Richmond, there was like where the contractors had dumped like ashes and bottles and just stuff over there. It just looked like gross. Like I was like, ooh. And then my house went up and they put like sod down. It was beautiful. But I was like, the dirt did not give me the joy that the dirt over in Nottoway gave me. Y'all, it is the most beautiful, bloomy, fertile, rich, dark topsoil that you have ever seen. It's gorgeous. We're going to go put some grass on it quickly, all the things, but we're super excited. And then we left there, and my sister and I came back here, did some work that Amy and I went down there. I wanted to show her the land. She'd never been there. Then we left there, went to the farmer stand. So I was like, you know what? This is the week of doing better about food. We got to eat better. So we had a beautiful, like fresh garden and farm stand dinner last night with cucumber salad and squash, zucchini, green pepper, onions, all locally grown. We had pork tenderloin with like jerk seasoning, all grilled on kebabs. We had fresh pineapple. We had ginger and coconut rice. Tonight we're having some cut steaks with baked potato and local sweet potatoes, red one sweet potato, I want baked potato, with a salad and some fresh local corn on the cob. And we made I got some blackberries. We made blackberry cobbler. I got some more peaches for some other peach stuff that I want to do because I love some peaches. We grilled some apples out on the grill. And I was like, you know what? I'm already feeling better. You're not buying the house you're in now. Was your blessing to me for look what's exactly. I would still buy the one I'm in now if they would sell it because I love that land. I'm very connected to that land. But he is, it's his homeland. It's like the guy that owns it. It is his, like, that's his house. Like, he's never going to sell it. Again, the universe says the thing that is not meant for you, I'm not going to let you have it. I'm not going to give you a hurdle. The universe knows what I need, and if it gives me a squirrel, I will definitely deviate. Can't wait for all the gatherings that are coming in our future. I know it's going to be amazing. And y'all, I appreciate every single one of you, but we really got back in the flow. I'm going to encourage you, if you're out there, how big is the house you're in bedrooms? It has 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It is on 3.5 acres in Cumberland, right at the Cumberland Buckingham line. And it'll be, we'll see. It needs some work. So I think after we move out, he's probably going to spend a little bit of time he's going to have to, because it's just an older house and it needs some work. It needs some things. It's moldy. He needs to, like, get a new roof on it, things like that. It's just what it is. A house has some stuff that you have to do to it. And this one definitely is time for some things to be done to it. On that note, y'all, I have been on here for 1 hour and 15 minutes. I try to be brief, be light, be gone. I can be light I can be funny. That's what I can be. Be funny, be gone, and be brief, but I'm not be gone or be brief. Anyway, I ramble. I love y'all very much. I appreciate y'all for sticking out today. Amanda is still looking to rent back in Virginia, so if y'all could help that situation out, I'd appreciate it. Heather is like, get the fuck off of here, Tammy. You need to say your words and go. So I'm going to go ahead and take that as our cue, right? I love each and every one of you. I will be dropping out the stuffed cookies. I will drop out the stuffed cookies later on today. I will let a post. Somebody will let me know. They can post it. I can't post in groups right now, so I'm not avoiding y'all. I just can't comment or post in groups. I can post on my personal page, but in groups, I'm still restricted till July 8th. So it is what it is. Check out Reels. Go like our community YouTube page. Please go like us on Instagram. We're trying to get both of those places robust in case Facebook does like kick us out. We have other places. We only have like 35 at one and 46 at the other, and there are over 1,400 of you here. So please, 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 please go like me on one of those other platforms so that you don't lose access to all of these fun things whenever Facebook finally goes, meh. So on that note, like Heather said, a little peace, a little love, and a little feast, y'all. And as always, stay elevated until next time. I'm out. Deuces.